your generation? Because hell, we just don't know. We've never asked that question. He looked at you don't know. I said, son, I don't know if Chuck E. Cheese is a rat or a mouse. I said, I don't know. He's got whiskers, so maybe. But the fact that he's 4 and he can, articulate himself when he was diagnosed with, speech thing, it's enough to keep living. Because it's like if you can beat those odds and beat the odds of what the doctors and the natural says, what more can you become? Let me live long enough to see the things that you can accomplish. So his life is a coping mechanism. Me working is a coping mechanism. The fact that I have made so many mistakes in my 20s and I really just am trying to redeem the time. It's a redemption story for me. I'm a big movie person, so I'm looking at all the greatest movies you can possibly watch, other stories where people fuck up or things go wrong in the first 20 or 30 minutes. And the rest of the movie is them trying to get that shit together. Rocky was not the greatest fighter in the world, but he got that shit together because he got with, Ayo Mickey. He got with Mickey and Adrian, and he got that shit together. Did he win the first fight in the first movie? No. But he was able to redeem himself, right? So I look at movies as a coping mechanism because it lets me know, hey, no matter how bad the Avengers got their ass whooped by Thanos in that first one, that Endgame movie kind of brought everything into perspective. So movies, my son, working, and my faith in God. I can't deny that at all. My faith in God keeps me going because I said, you know what, I didn't choose to come here. And you really not supposed to choose how you leave or when.
Right.
So I said, all right, I'll give God at least that. You chose when I was here, and you're ordering my steps. So let me just cope with everything, and I just thank God for the strength to be here, every day and see what the next day. It's not always a good day the next day, but nonetheless, it's a day.
Right.
Because when you're in the grave, you don't have another day.
Any day above ground.
Yeah, man. For me, my son in wrestling, I had no idea that he was gonna love this like this.
Ain't it a trick?
Look, man, I grew up loving the Junkyard Dog, the Ultimate Warrior. You know what I'm saying? The Road Warriors. You know what I mean? And to have it come full circle.
Let me say that because I know this is a wrestling show. I cope. Sometimes I go back and I watch the whole Attitude Era because I'm young. I think I'm the youngest one in this room. But the Attitude Era, man, that was me. I know y'all probably was like 80s and but for me it was Stone Cold and Undertaker.
Well, that was my favorite experience.
That was all of us.
Well, literally, I started following wrestling. My cousin, because I would see wrestling sporadically because I was too young. I didn't know what time.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, it's on. But then my cousin, shout out to Darren, he got me into Monday Night Raw from this time, WCW from this time. And then from him, it was 93 when I really started following. And it's funny because they say that's the worst era, 94, 95. No. The new generation. I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
Right.
So they say that's the worst shit.
What was crazy, for us in the 80s, us 80s babies, where we didn't have to look for wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, you had Cartoon 6. After the cartoons went over, you had wrestling, Kung Fu Masterpiece Theater, wrestling again. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. You had that Saturday and Sunday. And then once they got bigger and Vince went from being, the Michael Buffer type cat to actually having his own, league practically, and WCW had the WWF to contend with. Yeah. Man, it was Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, and then they started bringing in the Thursdays and the Fridays.
And big shout out to TBS because they used to repeat wrestling a lot.
Yeah.
Way before that was, it was like, okay, you would have your show. They would show it like 2-3 times during the week. The same show.
All right, so
before you get into it, and big shout out to LA local station Fox 11. Because they had the badass Saturday morning era. You had Power Rangers, X-Men, Bobby's World. You had, towards the end, they ended it off with WMAC Masters.
Yes.
And then after Masters was WWF Superstars.
But trip up. Well, they had Superstars in the morning, right? If you watched Channel 11 all the way to after Mad TV, it was Shotgun Saturday Night.
I hate it. I'll fall asleep. I'll be trying, but last time I fell asleep.
That was the first time I saw an episode of The Heartbreak Hotel.
Yeah.
With Shawn Michaels' little TV show.
Wait, but if you stayed up even later, you ran into XPW. KJLA.
I was actually pretty hardcore into XPW at a point. Because they were running out of the Pico Rivera
I went to
rodeo arena right there.
Yeah, you can see me, if you look at some old XPW show, you see me FUBU jersey. That's
And the craziest,
football
the
jersey.
craziest thing about XPW, it was pro wrestling with porn stars. Because all the females, you know, they were in that industry.
Okay, we're going to touch on that another day.
I'm just speaking the truth.
Oh, man. My church always going to love that one. Oh, man.
Well, they were doing it in the wrestling ring. That's just
But
they were trying to bring them into some clean kind of work.
Before we close out here, I went to the XPW show and I did not know about the porn thing, so I got dropped off. So as they started doing all these raunchy stuff, I'm 16, me and my friends are 16, 15, and they taking tops off, and I'm like, ooh, my mom coming. But shout out to XPW because it was cool because I was really happy because we didn't have the internet then. And so it was dope that LA had their own big indie.
See, and that's dope because I had no idea that it was like this.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to Guy Cool because that's who turned me on to this.
Cool.
Right?
He's Amp. OG Amp. If
You know what I mean?
Footage, shout out to Guy Cool.
So I worked with Guy Cool. We used to work for this company named MJ. Right? And I saw him dancing around one day. And I'm like, what do you do? You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, I know I'm one of them type of people. I talk to anybody. Hey fam, what do you do? I see you dancing around, you fight or something? He's like, nah, man, I wrestle. Bam. I was like, you wrestle? Like, you wrestle? He was like, yeah, bro. I was like, man, you got footage? He was like, you know what? I don't, but I got a match coming up, and I'm gonna send you the match. Never believe it was Guy Cool, Lois Green, you, and Candy Girl.
Oh, over in the valley.
So the first match that I ever saw of any type of California indie wrestling, was, and this is before I even met him, right? So he keep, hey, I got a show this weekend, I can't come. My son graduate from preschool, and then 2 days after that, it's a show. Me and my son go to OCCW Retribution. My son loved the show. When I get him in there, and this is right before he turned 5, so he's still 4. When I get him in there, he a little timid, but as soon as the action happened, on it. That's where we met Boom. That's where we met everybody. Casey Phoenix. That's his 2 favorite wrestlers right there. On top of the Urban Dragon. Look, my son leaves this man messages. He leaves all his favorite wrestlers messages. But look, right? So I never even knew that it was like this here. So just being blown away, seeing the talent, bro. I saw him. My first what was that? UWC.
Yeah, UWC at Long Beach.
Oh man, so he wrestled with Santana Jackson.
Oh man!
Yeah.
So
he's dope,
right? And this is our second show. My son and I second show. Oh man, everything. Moonwalk, DDT, Guy Cool, and Helmet at the same time.
That's dope.
Look, he done put on the wolf mask, got him breakdancing in the joint, pop locking and whatnot.
He know, I can get there.
You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So, for me, I didn't know that the community was this big, and I didn't know it was this small at the same time. And, you and I touched on something one day where a lot of the wrestlers might not be in the best financial situation. So, I'm glad that you have this, you know what I mean? Because like I said, not knowing nothing about it.
Yeah.
I done met so many great people. Look, not even that. My son, it's more people that know my son than me. We go to wrestling shows, people don't even know me.
Yeah.
They know Isaiah.
Yeah,
And then they're like, hey, this is Isaiah's bodyguard, or you know what I mean? Something.
Give it, this is his manager.
You know what I mean? So I love this community, bro, and I love this space. I love this because, you know, not being from here, I don't really have no friends here. You know?
It's funny because we linked up
Come on,
at condominium
today was very amazing. I think it was one of the most powerful podcasts I've had because, like I said, these are talks that need to be had. Yes, life is fun. Yes, it's entertainment. We love our family. We can talk video games, wrestling, this and that. But at the same time, we do need each other as men, as brothers, sisters. There's always an outlet to call when you need somebody. I'm gonna shout out the suicide crisis and prevention hotline. Yeah, of course, hit that 988. So Justice Run by Survival 988. Please tap in with them. And of course, I'm gonna go down the line. We're gonna close it out. And if you want to holler at me or any brothers, you know, people have. That's their personal business that talks to me about issues. Random. I'm just a pro wrestler out of Inglewood. And literally, I've had people call me tonight and say, a fan or something, just like, I need to talk to somebody. So, of course, you can find me at the Urban Juggernaut, under Urban_Juggernaut and IG. Twitter, at IngCityChamp, ING City Champ, CITYCHAMP. Facebook, Sean Black. My man right here.
On Instagram, at Farrakhan Jamal, FARRAKHANJMAL. Facebook, Jamal Farrakhan. My name is Jamal Farrakhan. YouTube, same channel, Jamal Farrakhan. I think I took down my Twitter page, Snapchat, you know, whatever. For me, a lot of that is just for my kids, but you want to hit me up, and I'm down to talk. You bite my ear off, I'll bite your ear off.
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at 3PLEM84. That's the number 3PLEM84. I'm always here to listen. You know, if you need someone to talk to, you need a vent. I ain't no professional, but I'll try to make you laugh. I'll tell you a joke or two. But yeah, just on top of what Sean's saying, you know, reach out to people. Like I said, if you feel someone's not gonna understand you in your circle, please reach out to a professional. There are plenty of free mental health resources out there. And again, the prevention crisis hotline is 988. You know, people love you. Just because you think you're on an island doesn't mean you really are. So yeah, that's just what I got right there.
Same here. If you need an ear, somebody to confide in, someone to talk to and talk back to you, you can reach me at Annex, that's ANNEXX _ mime, MIME. You know, I'm like a knife that's really good. I'll either cut you or I'll butter you up, but it's never goes. So just letting you know what you got, you know, in store. So
I like that.
Reach me. Yeah.
We'd like all you guys to come back. Make sure to continuously support follow the Back House. Jason will put the Venmo up. Jason will put the Cash App up. All the money continuously goes into these shows. It goes back into the wrestling shows. This does not go into Sean Black's pocket. You see, I'm rocking Raw shoes. You know, I got my own hat. I'm not full of jewelry. This is Sloss and Swap Me. And I want to give back, literally, the money you guys donate comes to the show. You know, it helps out all of us, keeps this safe haven open. Big shout out to my mom for letting me donate the studio space. Let's keep the Back House going. This is the first episode of the year. Men's Mental Health Part 1. All you guys are welcome back. If you have any friends that want to speak on something too, because this episode is going to touch somebody. Maybe down to one. We getting views, but as long as it touches somebody and it helps them make the right decisions in life, that's what we're here for. I am the Urban Juggernaut, Sean Black. This is another episode of the Back House Podcast. Peace.
Peace. 10th Mountain Whore.
Cool. I like that.